Uh, welcome, gamers of all sorts. I'm gonna keep playing Legends ZA. I might be the only person who's at the very beginning. I haven't moved at all. In my first playthrough, I was unsure of what I wanted to do with my Pokemon party. I think I figured it out now. I want to do fire types. So let's go. Let's jump into it. So yeah, here. Let me show you. I only have these two guys right now. They're gonna be my boys for a little bit. So let's go. Let's jump into it. So we got Kokuna. Let's pack this guy. I don't think he can really hurt me that much. I want to level him up a little bit. If he has Poison Sting, his attack gonna be down. Here. Oh, he does have Poison Sting. Oh, but he hit the twee. Nice. Okay. You know, okay. So I've been meaning to talk about something. I need to turn this volume down because I think it is way too loud. And it is distracting. Can I turn this? There we go. So, nice. Did I level up? I did. Nice. So one of the things I want to talk about, something that happened pretty recently. I am sort of, I'm pretty depressed right now. I'm going to be honest. Part of what my depression is tied to, and I'm not normally, see, I actually, in the past, I used to be a lot more depressed about things. Here, hold on. Hold on to that thought. I'm going to do the voices. Hey, hey! Here, let me show you my favorite food truck. It's called Nouveau Café. It's French and fancy. Do you think she should have a French accent? Is she from here? Maybe she should have one. This one is my treat to celebrate your promotion match win. I don't think I do French accent very good. One amber roast. What will you have? I'm gonna have burn up roast, so that I will burn in hell. I feel like I want to, you know. I'll let you know a little bit after this. I really like the amber roast that they do here. It's got this perfect subtle bitterness. So she does ember roast and I do the other side. I think their hair is like similar to like Team Flame. I've seen things with Team Flame from Pokemon X and Y. And I don't know exactly how that fits in with everything with the story yet. I've gone on and I've played this a little further. Nothing beats sipping a coffee while taking in the view of Prism Tower. It looks super modern, right? Well, according to AZ, it as. I think it should be as, but AZ is just a dumb name for like a person. It's actually been around for a pretty long time. Oh, I'd forgotten that Nouveau Cafe was one of your favorite haunts, Tawny. And forgive me, who is your friend? Hey there, Vinny. Let me introduce you. This is Tobias, the newest addition to Team MZ. And this gentleman is Vinny, a big shot from Quasicordo Inc. Am I actually streaming? I don't know how to tell. It says that I am streaming and I'm connected. Hold on. Hold up. Let me switch a little bit, just to see something. I should be streaming. Hold up. Let me check. Okay. It should be. Okay, I should be streaming. It's hard to tell because I don't have any chatters, and I don't think anybody's here right now either. So, totally fine. Hold up. Okay. Let's go. And this gentleman is Vinny, a big shot from Quasicordo. Oh, if he's Vinny, I should probably have like an Italian accent, right? Quasicordo Inc. Uh oh, dang it, I didn't read it. What is it? Regardless, I'm pleased to meet you. No, that's not really. Hey, yo, I guess he could be that. And please accept my apologies on behalf of the company for any inconveniences you may have suffered due to our urban redevelopment efforts. Even our beloved Prism Tower is closed to visitors until we can complete some renovations. Ayo! If you came here hoping to see the city's sights, Tobias, this is truly a sorry state of affairs. Not worry about Vinny. We are excited to see the city become somewhere people and Pokemon live in harmony. Thank you for your understanding. With that, I'm afraid I must be getting back to work. Please excuse me and enjoy your day. I wear gloves and a suit. They're green. This is a weird way to dress. My hair looks like ice cream. Okay, let's go in. I need you to come with me on an errand. We're headed to the liquor bureau. Bureau? That is where Emma works. I lead the way. Alright. So, depression. Getting back into it. That's one of the things about depression. I feel like sometimes a lot of people cope with humor, and they cope with sort of, even the skin Stuxton is amazing. Wait, hold on. I should probably, hey, we're heading to look at Bureau. I need to pick up these things. Oh. These little crystals come in handy later. I've played ahead a little bit, so I'm leveling up already. Man, my cooldown is like super slow. I'm getting spoiled by later in the game. So yeah, I think sometimes people cope with depression with humor and stuff. And I think, you know what? I think humor is a legitimate way to do that. I don't think, a lot of people say, oh, you're coping and you're not dealing with it. Sometimes you don't deal with something right away. You know what I mean? Dealing with something right away sometimes is not the best way to go about doing it. Especially if you're not prepared to do it. You know what I mean? So, be humorous as much as you can, I think. We're on the north side of Lumios now. This is the Ares Rogue District. Lucky Bureau is just past the Rogue Plaza. But it looks like there's a big crowd over there. Wonder what it's about. I want to check it out. Come with me. Ho ho ho. Alright. So yeah, I'm a little bummed. Oh, wait. So harshly annoying. Give me the things. A little bummed, a little depressed. And if anyone's a Christian, they'll know the depression that I'm feeling right now. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say earlier. I've been more depressed in the past, and I think the reason why I'm depressed in the past generally is because I don't. There's multiple reasons. There's things I wasn't dealing with. I hate. We'll get to a point in this game when it's not railroading anymore, and so that'll be good. That'll be nice. And I'm not. Oh, I got quick attack now. Nice. Wait, do I have candies? Oh, I do. I wonder how much this levels me up. Ooh, that gets me all the way to 12. That's pretty good. And now I got Ember. Hold up. Actually, hold up. I can't rock smash with any of these guys. Yeah, I'll probably go and get rock smash with somebody. I didn't realize this, and I played around. I thought rock smash was just like an HM, like in past Pokemon games. No, in this game, actually, I think it's any punching move can break rocks. So I'm like, oh wow, that's amazing. So I'm looking forward to testing what moves do what. So anyway, well, let's do this scene real quick, and we'll talk a little bit more about depression and being bummed about things. So, and how it's normal for a Christian to be depressed. You know, I think that can happen, and you know, sometimes there's a lot of. Well, I'll get into it later. What's this guy? My name is Ivor. I speak to you. I should do Patrick Warburton, really. I speak to you today on behalf of the Fist of Justice. I can't really do a good Patrick. His voice is a bad Patrick Warburton impression. Thank you for your time and attention. Now, let me ask you, if the people of Lumios truly wish to coexist... You gotta do a voice crack a little bit. Coexist with wild Pokemon. Why not get rid of the wild zones? I am clipping this audio. And let Pokemon run free. I'm sorry for anybody's ears. Some of you might wonder why I would suggest such a dangerous thing. Your concern is understandable. After all, wild Pokemon are strong. They can be scary. But please, put your worried minds at ease. Simply join the Fist of... I'll just be back here. Simply join the Fist of Justice. Watch your Pokemon battle prowess skyrocket. Once you reach our upper ranks, you'll even be able to take on Pokemon in hand-to-hand combat. The Fist of Justice is here to help all the good citizens of Lumios train and grow strong. I need to do this quieter. Once we are joined in strength, we can finally make Wild Zones a thing of the past. He's got an interesting idea, I guess. Not like it'll ever happen, though. Hey, you in the back. Once you taste my strength firsthand, you'll understand the truth of Ivor Sensei's words. I challenge you to a battle. She's like northern. Sounds like you're getting called out. You started it. Like I said, I challenge you to a battle, okay, Gally? I, Josie, probably the fifth strongest disciple in the Fist of Justice, am ready to throw down. It's curious that they're all girls. I feel like he's like a weird cult leader that's into ladies. Alright, let's beat her. I've really grown to appreciate the battle system in this game. I really like it a lot. I think generally speaking in Pokemon, I appreciate battle systems in the games a little bit more. Which is why there's a lot of people I hear tale of this game that people don't like this game that much. And it bothers me a little bit because I'm kind of liking this game a lot. I didn't expect myself to like this game as much as I do. I always like battling more in Pokemon games than I liked like exploration and stuff. I think people just had the wrong expectations going into this game. They expected it to be more like Legends Arceus, and like, yeah, who blames them, right? This game is it's literally in the same series technically, but this game's so much different than Legends Arceus. It's right. It's a lot more focused on battling, which, by the way, I love. I love battling. I love battling like a lot more. So I am loving this game, and I'm super into it. Rank G. If I may be so bold to ask, are you participating in the ZA Royale? Rank Y. Unbelievable. I feel there must be some secret connection to the strength you just displayed now. I can think of but one explanation. You must have mastered having your Pokemon learn moves. I still am not sure if I'm live. We'll see. I'll get the email later. I don't know how to tell. I need to look at this more and see like what's the deal with stuff. Anyway, whatever. You must have mastered having your Pokemon learn moves. Of course, such confidence. You clearly see to the heart of Pokemon moves and their significance. My knowledge on the matter is that Pokemon can remember 4 moves at a time. Cultivating a set of 4 moves rich in power and variety is what leads a Pokemon to grow stronger. Yeah, I learned. Oh, but perhaps I should not be speaking freely about tactics. We face each other in battle before long, after all. Out of respect for your display of strength, I will take my leave for today. Should we meet again in ZA Royale, I'll hit you with full force my justice. Victory will be mine. I can't do a yell. Reach highest ranks and polish all wild zones. That guy's off the rails and still going full speed. Anyway, here we are, Tobias, Wild Zone 3. If you want to go and catch some Pokemon, just train your party up, totally up to you. I'll be waiting like a bureau up ahead. Yeah, I think this actually has a Pokemon that I want. I'm still gonna like catch Pokemon and stuff. I just want only like the fire types to be in my party when I'm doing things. Give me things. Anyway, let's talk about depression. Depression for Christians. I think depression is very normal for Christians, and I think a lot of times we get depressed when we sin, right? Sort of the reason why I am depressed right now is because, well, sort of, no, it is the reason. The reason why I'm depressed right now, a little bit, is because I've been an active participant in a hold on. Okay, I have these Pokeballs. I've been an active participant in a perpetual sin that I've been committing in my life over and over again, and it can be very discouraging because I've prayed about it. I've done a lot of work on it, and still it's at my back, and I want him to take it from me, right? This Pikachu, dang it. And so I think it's normal if you are a Christian to get depressed when you sin over and over again. You know what I mean? I think it's actually kind of good that you receive... Oh, dang. I'm gonna run away. Alright, Pikachu. Pikachu! Why'd you go? Alright. Yeah, I think it's very normal to, become a little depressed. Hold on. When that happens. Yeah, these are all my boys, but I'm gonna put them on the back burner. I'm gonna see how just fire types do this. I think I'm gonna get wrecked, to be honest. I think if I focus, though, on specific Pokemon that I have... Oh, yeah, I forgot. Hold on. Ooh. Flababy. I don't think sneaking did anything there. No, it didn't. Alright, catch it, please. But yeah, I think as a Christian, if you're not depressed when you've sinned and you have this perpetual sin in your life, I think that kind of tells you there's some assurance of salvation sometimes. And I think one of the assurances of salvation, paradoxically enough, can be the fact that it really does bother you when you sin, right? Because you're acting outside of what God has for you. It shows you. It shows that your morals are actually aligned with God, and it does really bother you on a deep level. Now, no one wants to be depressed. No one wants to be bummed, and so it's one of those things where it's like, man, there's this one I read sometimes. I'll read the thing that I'll read perpetually a lot. A certain scripture is Psalm 119. Psalm 119 is the longest book of the longest chapter in the Bible, and it focuses on God's laws and what makes God's laws good and important and life-giving, right? Nice. And so those things that make God's laws beautiful. One of the lines in it is may I always do your will, so that way when I break your laws, I will not. When I reflect on your laws, I will not be ashamed. Yeah, I may obey your laws, so when I reflect on it, that I won't be ashamed. Um, right. That's really telling, right? Like, Scripture is basically saying, you know, when you like, I, it's kind of telling you how to not sin. One of the ways to not sin is to say, "Hey, I'm actually really bummed about sinning, and I don't want to sin anymore. And so I don't want to be ashamed when I reflect on your laws. Your laws are good." Um, and so, right, that's and right. I think a lot of people who don't understand the Old Testament law will criticize the Old Testament law for a lot of different archaic laws. I'm not gonna. I could talk about those things, and um, I know that a lot of the laws in Leviticus or Exodus can be very controversial. Um, I'm not going to talk about those laws just because it'll get into the sauce and it's very technical. I have no problem getting into it, but I just I'm not in the mental state to talk about those things right now. What I will say though is that um, one of the ways you're supposed to read ancient law is not like case law. Um, one of the way you're really supposed to read this stuff is not as case law. You're supposed to read it as um, uh, general general law, kind of like conceptual law. What makes something good? What makes something evil? Um, how seriously to take certain offenses? That's kind of how you're supposed to look at it. So you go, okay, I'm supposed to look at it that way. When you look at it that way, you kind of see in the law what the pattern is. The pattern in and it's me and my roommate are actually reading through Exodus right now. And in Exodus, you have little sections of law. And one of the things you immediately figure out when you're reading through these laws is there is a pattern of defending the downtrodden. Defending the downtrodden. You're not allowed to oppress the foreigner. You're just not allowed to do it. You're not allowed to. One of the things that are crazy that I think we as people in the West should implement is you're not allowed to charge interest, which is insane, right? Interest rates are something that, like, man, there's such a vice in our world today, you know? Ooh, this guy's chasing me. Why are you chasing me? Why are you trashing me? One of the things you learn. So, right, it's all about not gouging someone, not being like a jerk when someone needs money or someone needs something. Nice. Hey, buddy. Hey. Okay. So now I have my other partner, Litleo. Now let's burn some grass types. Attack. Um. Um. So yeah, the whole point of the law was to protect those who are defenseless. Not just that, but also, oh, but also to analyze the hearts of people. Right? It's not just about doing the right thing. It's also about having the right motives. So you see God's heart, right? God's heart, God's whole point. Jeez. I don't know what's going on. I'm getting texts. Hold up. Just a minute. Just a minute. I apologize. I'm using my phone as my lighting, so I just want to check my phone real quick. Sorry, guys. This is the middle of my stream. Oh, I'm getting. Oh, snap. What? Saw an article saying police were investigating a unalive body at sort of my apartment or close to my apartment complex. Ooh, whoa. Are you kidding me? Guys. I say guys, no one's here. Whoa. Someone someone died? Or someone I don't know what the rules are, generally speaking, on a lot of things. Somebody so I live sort of in an apartment complex that's pretty close to another apartment complex. They're kind of paired off a little bit. They're not the same. It's interesting because you have 3 different apartment complexes right where I'm at. 2 of the apartment complexes are owned by the same people. I probably should have texted her back. Well, I'm in the middle of streaming, so. But 2 of the apartment complexes are owned by the same people. One of them is not, and the one that is not is the one where apparently on the news someone has perished, and that's bad news bears. So that's pretty crazy. I wonder if I could like look over there and see what's going on. I don't want to be nosy. I shouldn't be nosy like that. I think this is all I can get for now, though. Amber. So, right, back to things like depression. Anyway, well, God's law, right? So, if you look at the law as more of sort of a general thing of what's God's nature, what is his heart for mankind, what does he want for people to do, what does he want for people to see in his own character, that kind of thing, you begin to see that God is just like anything that's good and righteous and just, that's God's heart, right? And so when you look at Psalm 119 and it talks about how God's heart is here, I might do this. I want to kind of look like a fire type. We're probably gonna look for some clothes that sort of confirm my fire type trainer status. But for now, let's just kind of take off the green, so we're not green anymore. We got red shoes, we got a red thing, and we got black. So we're looking pretty snazzy. And so yeah. Anyway, one of the things. Okay, you know what? I'll get back into that. I'll deal with the. Oh, thanks, Mimi. Thanks for coming out to meet us. Yeah, I'm not sure. I have no idea if I'm actually streaming. We'll see. This here's the Looker Bureau, Emma's Detective Agency. Kind of a funny name, Looker Bureau. Do they think they need to explain what a detective does? No, it's because Looker is pop quiz answer. If you guys are ever taking a Pokemon quiz, Looker is introduced in which generation? Answer, Generation 4. He was in Diamond and Pearl and Platinum. Knock knock. Or maybe just, yeah. Ha, look at that. Classic Emma, always calm and collected, like a detective should be. I think she's pretty. I was in a rough spot a while back, wandering the streets until I nearly killed over. Emma was the one who saved me and brought me to Az. Remember Emma? Emma? Yeah, she's sleeping. What? Is she asleep? I played this game ahead. I don't want to pretend as a streamer did this new in advance. I did know in advance. Hello, how should I? Hello there, Tobias. Welcome to the Looker Bureau. I feel like she's just a really straight shooter kind of girl. You realize we caught you snoozing, right? Because she was like a homeless girl, right? That was kind of part of her story. Part of my job as a detective is to stay well. If anything, you two are way too energetic after your late night in the ZA Royale. It's good to see you again, Tobias. You do remember me, right? The name's Emma. I run this detective agency, the Looker Bureau. Over here is my partner, Mimi. Mimi is an Esper and like a family to me. Aw, she's cute. Tawny, do you mind if I float something past Tobias real quick? Sure, go for it. Thanks. I'll cut straight to the chase, Tobias. Would you consider helping me out with my detective work? Bro, yeah, I love Sherlock Holmes, except you're not. You're like the diversity hire Sherlock Holmes. That's great to hear. I'm actually a little surprised by your enthusiasm. Tawny told me last night you've only just arrived in Lumios. What does this button do? Oh, users in chat. Nah, I can't. No one's in chat right now, so it doesn't matter. Tawny told me last night that you've only just arrived in Lumios. And now you're already battling the ZA Royale, which takes place all over the city. Take it from me, learning more about the people and Pokemon living in Lumios will give you a leg up if you're hoping to win the ZA Royale. That was pretty good reading, so I'm just going to brag about that a little bit. I'll assign you a few cases so you can get a taste of detective work and see how you like it. I know the side missions. Here are 3 cases or side missions to get you started. Once you've taken care of all the side missions, come back to the Looker Bureau. I'm sure you have done all 3. You'll have all 3 done in no time. Nothing's more noble than helping people. I kind of like getting wrong what I'm reading because it makes me think that like the people who are talking to you are like actors. So it's like they're trying to remember their lines, and anytime you mess up, it's like they're like pull out the paper and be like, "You should head out and take care of those cases. Well, and then go over a few things here." Yeah, it's like bad dress rehearsal, you know. So, all right. So let's wander around. Anyway, so back to what my point was, if anyone remembers that, or if anyone's even really watching. One of the things that makes... Oh, can I actually hit this from this? No, I can't. Tackle. Give me that. One of the things that... So, right, you see God's heart, right? God's heart is beautiful and pure, and anything... The thought of what makes something good and right and pure, that's what God is. And I think, to me, it's made obvious in the law. Now, right, there's a provision. So people are like, well, that's not made obvious because it's old and archaic. Well, God's dealing with an old, archaic people. So not only God teaching them mercy by telling them to be merciful, but God is also showing them mercy by meeting them where they are, rather than judging them for what they can't quite grasp. It seems obvious to us that slavery be illegal. That just makes sense to us, right? We're like, yeah, of course. But see, we were born into this culture, man. Like, and right, I'm not affirming moral relativism here. What I'm saying is moral... Basically what I'm saying is God understands where we're at, and he judges us on the basis of what we can do at the time. This is why a lot of people say, well, what if no one ever heard of Jesus? Does that somehow make them not saved? You know, it's like, oh, if Jesus is the only way, then if someone, you know, doesn't know Jesus, you know, it wasn't their fault. And it's like, no, you're right. It's not their fault. And God judges them on a different basis. God does not judge them on the basis of whether or not they know Jesus if they don't hear about Jesus, right? Ooh, I can do this little thing here. I'm going to be just kind of wandering around and doing this a little bit while I talk, so that way I can just be focused on other things. I should do the side missions. But, yeah, for now, I'll just get little collectibles. The collectibles in this game are really... You know, this actually might make this game really good for me to do while I'm streaming and talking about some deep religious things, because it actually makes it so that I can talk about these things and sort of focus on them while kind of mindlessly just kind of collecting things. So, and collecting things is going to make this game a lot easier. The whole colorful screws system, I don't know what it was, and now... Anyway, sorry. Getting back on track. So anyway, God is merciful in his law to the people receiving the law, but also to the people who are going to be um, um, of the law, meaning like those who need to follow the law or who are under the law are shown mercy, right? But there's also justice, right? There's justice for the murderer, and there's justice, right? It's like there's good things. Anyway, justice, mercy, the intent of one's heart. These are all the patterns of the law, of the Ten Commandments, even, right? So you look at, oh, hold on. Do I have a Kakuna? Should I catch one? I should catch one, shouldn't I? I have a Weedle, but I don't have a Kakuna. All right. Let's catch you, buddy. Nice. So, oh, I leveled up. Nice. Litleo is getting, he's rising in the ranks. Pokemon ready to evolve. Am I? Oh yeah, I got a ready to evolve Kakuna. Look at that. Evolve. I was already at level 10. That's pretty good. Right, so the law is merciful, it's gracious, it's all these things. And so basically Psalm 119 is talking about, when it's talking about when I meditate on all your laws, Lord, you know, it's justice, righteousness, and mercy and all these things. Right, I see that obviously when I read those laws. And I think if you're reading it correctly, you'll see that too. I think people are very uncharitable with the things that they want to disagree with. And so if you want to disagree with scripture, then you're not going to see what I see, right? So I don't expect anybody, if I'm talking and anyone's listening, I don't expect anyone to agree with me there. All of what I'm saying is, when I read scripture, that's what I get from it, right? I get this idea that God is the ultimate of goodness. And so when I do something that is against that law, right, as a Christian, not only is it just against God's law, which is perfect and beautiful and wonderful, but it's also against Christ, right? Because Christ is the one who actually saved me from the penalty of what I deserve, right? And because he saved me with these things, I really don't want to take advantage of that beautiful opportunity. I think what a lot of people miss when they become, because they're like, oh, why do good things if I'm just saved anyway? And it's like, well, if you have that view, you know, I don't mean to disrespect someone with that view, but if you have that view, guess what? You're not actually seeing Jesus or God as a person. You're seeing him as Cliff Connectly says, a cosmic bellboy. That's kind of how you're seeing God. You're not seeing him as a human being, or, well, Jesus was a human being, but you're not seeing God as a person with feelings and emotions, and someone who went out of his way to help you and save you. If you saw that, if you saw his actual love for you, that he did that, you know, someone saves you because they love you, you don't forget it. You know what I mean? So I think you should. Hey, friend, everyone. Okay, I'm getting my Pokemon. I have one Pokeball that I threw. I love that that's a system too, that it just kind of like gives you that. Anyway, so right, so it's natural as a Christian when you sin to be depressed and bummed about it, because you love God, you love his law. Something about it is beautiful and great and grand. And so because it's beautiful and lovely, it's one of those things where you know what? Hold on. Just a little bit. I should message. I don't want my friends worrying about me. I just remembered about that. So I'm going to be unlighted for a while. Just be patient with me as I message my friend back. I don't want her to think that I died. Because basically she said, oh, it looks like these apartments, but it looks like your apartments. I'm going to say thanks. Wow. That's crazy. So that way she doesn't think that I'm the one who died. Yeah. Yeah, that'll be good. That'll be a good thing, hopefully. She appreciates me answering her back. Anyway. So I think part of being depressed when you're a Christian about these sorts of things, that is natural. There's something natural to being bummed about it, and I think if you're not bummed about it and it doesn't bruise your conscience at all, that's definitely a sign. Now, here's something. A lot of people, when they talk about these things, will think about passages like, or books of the Bible. The whole book of 1 John talks about some of these things. And to me, when I read it, it was very discouraging to me. I don't have the specific passages, but essentially one of the passages that is very challenging for a lot of Christians is to say, one of the things says, if you are in God, you cannot continually sin. It's basically telling you, hey, if you're continually sinning and you're a Christian, because, right, someone might say, oh, this means that if you are a Christian and you're in a state of continuous sin, you're not actually saved. You're a fake, right? Oh, whoops! I just realized I'm not on gaming. Whoops! I was doing some really impressive stuff up there. So you missed a lot up there of amazing. Anyway, sorry. I was talking and I was looking up the whole time. I'm a little embarrassed. Doesn't matter. No one's watching. Anyway, ooh, hold on. Let me get this. So if you're in a perpetual state of sinning, the question is, okay, is my salvation, am I actually saved, right? I think it's healthy to read that and to live in a state of anxiety about it a little bit. You shouldn't stay that way, but I think questioning that, hey, whose child am I think that's a good question and a healthy question to ask yourself. Now, I think you are still God's child. I think you are saved. Jeez, that's my friend. She's probably messaged back. She's probably gonna, because we haven't talked in a while, she's probably gonna be all chatty Cathy with me. She's very sweet. I have really nice and sweet friends that I've gained recently in my church. I've been trying to be more active in church. And so because I've been more active in church, people notice. And see, I think that's a word to a lot of people who, a lot of young men, I think a lot of young men can be depressed and alone. And one of the things that I want to tell you guys is that you have a voice, right? You have something worth offering. You're not just a screw up, you know? You feel like a screw up because you continue to sin. And I continue to sin. And it makes you feel like a fake, right? But the other way of looking at that 1 John passage that says, hey, if you're sinning, like, you can't continue to sin and be in Christ. You go, okay, so what does that mean? Does that mean that I'm not in Christ? It's a good question. It's a fair question for you to ask. I think the answer to that question, however, is, no, I'm going to try and be, anyway, sorry. I'm getting distracted. Is there a red one? Ooh, I don't like the, well, we'll see. Turtleneck sweater. Wait, hold on. The skinny jeans set. I can have it be red. Oh, there's no red ones. Anyway, oh, there's a dark red. That's dark red? That just looks black to me. Plaid loafers. Those are, how expensive are those? Those are $2,000 each? Ooh. Red stitching. You know what? I'm going to keep those shoes just because I want to save my money for other ones. Anyway, so I think there's a lot of, the other way to read that passage was the way that when I continued to read and I read the whole context of all the book. By the way, word to the wise, people who want to learn about Scripture and they want to know what God's Word says, one of the things that you must do, if you want to really get the meaning of a text, read all of the book. You will be glad you did. When you read the whole book in context, you begin to see things that you did not see before. And it's like, huh, that's weird. Yeah, it is weird. All of a sudden, because a lot of New Testament stuff is a letter, right? If you're reading a letter, you would never read like one bit of a letter out of context, unless you wanted to, like, just for emphasis, right? But if you're reading a long letter, it's worth knowing what that letter is for, who that letter is to, what's the context of it, right? It's really only in that context that you can actually sort of know what's being said. So, right. I think you should 100% just... I might just get red pants. We'll see. We could just do like a very stark kind of white. I like doing this a little bit, you know, sue me. I'm a girl, you know. Let me do what I want. Ooh, Shatchel. Hold on. It's just the same one. Well, I guess it's the same one, but it's a different color. It's me changing the color. Anyway, so what? Another way of reading that First John passage is to say, you don't. When you are a believer, when you're a Christian, you are in a process, and you can't help this. You're in a process where you will be. You will not continue to sin. There will be a point when you just, whether it's this life or the next life, you are you're headed for not sinning. Which means, if you're headed for not sinning, why would you waste your time sinning now? Right? You should only spend your time doing things that affect eternity, right? This is one of the reasons why I decided to do this, because I think eternity is in what other people I think are in eternity. So I think for me, it's super important to speak to as many people as I want and invest in other people. So I'm trying to do that by streams, but hey, you know what? Whoever watches, watches. Whoever doesn't watch, doesn't watch. It's not my job to be concerned with those things necessarily. It's my job to just be faithful, and however I can be faithful, that's what I'll do, you know. So that's how I feel. Anyway, so yeah, I think I'm just gonna go for the red pants and call it a day. Yeah, I think that's the move. And keep the white shirt. I don't remember where the pants were. I might change my hat, but nah, I'm fine. I'll do the pants. Are these pants? They are pants, and these are red. I think that's the only red one. All right. I'll get socks too, because I see my ankles, and I don't like looking like I'm not wearing any socks. Do all these have socks? I think this one... I never remember what's in each store. There's too many freaking stores, man. Okay, no. I don't want to dress like a girl. I'm a boy. Anyway. So... Wait, hold on. Mana. Simple thigh-high socks. Knee-high. Quarter. I'll go quarter socks. Maybe I should go black, right? Oh, orange would kind of be interesting, because that would kind of... No. Maybe yellow? I'll do yellow. It's kind of a cool look. Yeah, give me the socks. All right, so anyway. If you're in a process of you're going to not be sinning anymore, first of all, that changes the context to make 1 John super encouraging. And by the way, 1 John says that it's trying to be encouraging. So if you're not encouraged by what 1 John is saying, it's a good sign that, you know, maybe you're not reading it correctly. It's trying to encourage you. So be encouraged by it. If you're not being encouraged, then maybe you're not reading it correctly. So yeah, that's the other thing too. If you read the intent of the author, and the intent of the author is, I should go back. It was a wild area, but if the intent of the author is to encourage the reader and you're not encouraged, it's a good sign that you're not reading it properly, right? So but right, reading it that way, it's super encouraging, which means these sins that weigh you down so hard are going to be gone. You're not going to sin anymore. There's going to be a time when it's not, and you want it to be now. You want to not sin now. If you're part of that process, you're allowed to, you're part of an eternal process. There's a point at which you're going to get a glorified body, and all those things are going to be a lot easier to deal with. But right now, if you're faithful with Christ now, you can experience those things now. The freedom of not being under sin, right? That's something that you can experience right now. It's not something that you need to wait for. It's not like a pie high in the sky thing. God's welcoming you into a process of not sinning. So listen to him, rely on him. Anyway, enough of a sermon. Out of all the evolution methods out there, so I went all sorts of effort to get a Thunderstone. It's an unfortunate problem. I don't have a single Pokemon that requires a Thunderstone to evolve. Oh yeah, I got a Pikachu. Oh, that's... Don't walk away empty-handed. Heracross. I love Heracross. Unfortunately, we're not going to be using Heracross on this playthrough. It's a little bit of a bummer. But yeah, I have a Pikachu. Yeah. Yeah, let's trade, huh? Anyway, that knowledge, right, of making yourself perfect, being part of a process that fancy church people call sanctification, which is becoming less and less sinful and more attuned to God and his desire for you. That whole process, leaning into that process rather than fighting against that process, is something that you need to be actively doing, right? So what you're actively doing when you're sinning, you're actively fighting against that process. So not only is it encouraging that as a Christian, if you're saved, you are part of an ongoing process that's going to have you be free from your sin, but also on the other end of it, it's Thunderstone. She's going to evolve Raichu, and then on the other end of it, it's important to be in. So it's encouraging that, hey, you're part of this process, but also, hey, be part of the process. Don't just be like, oh, I'm not, I love her. Someone who's in a state of depression, sometimes it's very hard for them to hear things, right? It's very hard for them to hear encouraging words. But I think one of the things that you can do is, instead of sort of humoring people, someone who's depressed needs answers, right? They can't just hear things like, oh, I'm praying for you, oh, I'm being nice, or oh, whatever. They need something to rely on. They need something to lean on. They need something to count on. They can't count on just you being nice to them. That might comfort them momentarily, but it's not going to give them what they need long term. Like, what they need long term is some truth that's going to sustain them through those bouts of depression. Yesly. Nice. So, right, that's what they need more than anything, to be sustained through that process. And you don't do that through just vain comfort. You know what I mean? You do that, a lot of the way in which you do that is you do that by, Ace Pupa. Do I have to throw something else at you? He's looking at me. I don't like it when he's looking at me. There we go. Critical. No. Okay. There we go. All right. So, okay, Spupa, get into my thing. Get into my box. So right, someone who's depressed, it's not enough to just be like, oh, I'm praying for you, oh, I'm there for you. Help them. Give them something. Give them something to rely on, to count on. It's hard to count on something. Um, it's hard to just count on, oh, when you're here, you just don't want to. I think a lot of people don't want to say something that's rude or mean to someone who's in a current state of depression. It's hard to say some things sometimes to people who are depressed. Oh man, hold up. It's hard to say things to people who are depressed, um, especially things that. Hey, buddy, don't follow me. Don't follow me, Alabama. Um, so yeah, you feel like you might be overstepping your bounds, but really you're helping them out. You know what I mean? By telling them the truth. Now you do it in gentleness and kindness, but you don't stay there, man. So I think a lot of today people are dealing with their feelings and emotions and what makes them unique and special. But really, I think what is true is what is good for people. It's not just what is expedient or what is comforting, right? Comforting is good. Too much comforting is not good. It doesn't actually lead you in a better mental place. Oh, pardon me. I lost my ring here in the Dormes. There's a woman that goes to my church that looks exactly like this. Dormes Bien Cemetery, you see. It's very important that I get it back. You know what I'm really bad about in church? I've been kind of a shut-in a lot. And so me actually getting to talk to more people in my church, it's one of those things where I can't remember people's names. I'm so bad at remembering names. And I've met people so many times that had really deep, kind of interesting theological and just building up conversations, right, with people, fellow believers. I am just not good at. I need, because I have these amazing conversations and people are insulted when I don't remember their freaking name. Understandably, right? It's like, yeah, they shouldn't be insulted. I'm being a jerk by not remembering their name. Come on, get in there. Nice. I don't like this wild area because there are too many Ghastlies, and Ghastlies are always aggressive. Okay. Actually, you know what? I haven't actually burnt these brambles before. So I do want to see what this is. Fire spin. That's good. Ooh, there's an Ekans. So yeah, I don't know what the solution is to remembering people's names. I think I need to just, like, I tried writing them down, and I wrote one person's name down, but, like, I need to remember what the face is to the name. There's just so many names, like Clarence, Tom, Jim, and you're like, there's just too many names that are, like, very basic, and it's hard for me to remember all those names that are just kind of, like, very mid. It's a mid-tier name. There's a lot of older people with mid-tier names. There are some that have cool names, right? Where you're like Clarence. You're like, oh, freaking Clarence. That's a cool name, man. I love that name. But sometimes it's like, yeah, how do you even... I'm going to switch out with Tepig because he has more effective moves against Ghost. How do I make it so that he just does it from where he is? Is that possible? I don't know. Go on out, Leo. Go on now. Oh, Spinnerack. Wait. Oh, yeah, I should catch Spinnerack. Get this bite. Oh, Ekans. Alright, Ekans. How silly was early Pokemon, right? Like, Snake, Ekans, Cobra, Arbok. Come on, man. You can do better than that, right? Please don't be poisoned. Ah, you got poisoned. Dang it. I love the auto heal option because I don't want to get into freaking. Although I feel irresponsible doing it. There we go, spin rack. Yeah. Got caught. You done got caught, son. Alright, so I think... How many Pokemon do I have in this area? I'm missing one. I think I can only get it at night. And it's like a Honedge, I think. I think that's what it is. So I gotta wait till night. So I can't get all the guys. All the boys, all the guys. Ooh, golly gee. My girlfriend continues to bash me for my accent, and I feel like I have a very basic middle of the road American accent. I don't think I have like a crazy accent, but she makes fun of me because she thinks I have like a northern accent. But the thing is, meanwhile, she's like a southern, like, y'all howdy, ooh poem. You know, she's got all these freaking. Hold on, maybe I gotta. Do I have to? I think I do have to highlight it. Okay, he's over here. Yeah, I have a normal like American accent, I feel like. I think it's very middle of the road, basic accent. But yeah, she makes fun of me for having a silly, goofy accent. I'll take it on. I might just wear this for the rest of Blee. Was it supposed to be like Bly? Because it's Sableye, right? Sableye. Blee, Bly. Anyway. Go Litleo. I can't really... Here. Ooh. Come out, Tepig. Get him. Ooh, now he's burnt. I think I can catch him. What? Go on now. Let's do a great ball, huh? Yeah, there we go. Nice. So now I have a Sableye. He's holding the cherished ring. Nice. I should give this to a lady so we can be married and we can smooch each other all we want. That's basically my view of marriage. Hey, I want to smooch a lady for a long time. I should get married. People do that before marriage, though. That's a topic for another day. Because that's a whole Jesus thing, too. So, you gotta leave room for Jesus. Having space between the two people. Anyway. Time to get out of this. In this season of death and... Oh, that's the other thing, too. Let's talk more Bible stuff. Because I was talking to someone in church, and she was talking about how she was just kind of... She's an older lady, and she flips through a lot of, like, evangelists on the radio. The problem with evangelists on the radio is you never know really what you're getting. And there's a lot of problems. There's a lot of problems with... Here, my ears are hurting. Get this off. There's a lot of problems with a lot of people on the radio. Maybe Sableye will take it off again. So I hope Sableye is some happiness. On one side mission. Okay. So let's do as many of these side missions as possible. I have half a party. So... Ooh, Kakuna. So... Wait, hold on. Okay, so on the other end of this. I did 3. Is someone at night on 3? I forget what the other Pokemon is in the Wild Zone. I always just putting the Pokemon on the Wild Zone that I need to catch. I just 100% want to catch them all, and I'm like, you know, Ash Cat's up. Here. Anyway, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of bad people on the radio that mislead. And there was, and she was talking about, and I don't know how this got brought up, but the mirror translation was brought up. Oh, the mirror translation. It's really bad. Now, for those who don't know, what Gnosticism is. Gnosticism is kind of this worship of knowledge. You kind of have this thing. Ooh, that's a big Pidgeotto! I think I have one of these, so I don't need him. I don't need him. So there's a lot of people on the radio that so Gnosticism, right? Gnosticism is kind of a worship of knowledge, esoteric, strange, bizarre knowledge that a lot of people, you know, like automatically if I say, hey, I know something you don't. I know the secret hidden meaning behind all these religions, right? All of a sudden you're like, ooh, tell me. You know what I mean? It kind of makes, there's something appealing about knowing something you don't know. You're like, ooh, I want to know. And basically the amazing revelation, esoteric knowledge that a lot of these people gain is, oh, you're basically God, right? Which is, wait a minute. I think I read somewhere, I think it's like Genesis 3, something like that, about how there was this serpent that was tempting them to be like God, you know. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I misread that, you know. There's a lot of false teachers out there, and the false teachers want you to believe the first lie of the devil. That lie being, you know, you can be like God, you know. And you're like, I don't know about that, man. I feel like you gotta lighten up on that a little bit, huh? So right, people say it's this hidden esoteric knowledge that's super secret, super cool. Basically anytime that you hear things like Christ consciousness, or even like words like manifestation, ooh, I manifested it, or oh, you know, stuff like that. It's very that has those views kind of have their source in Gnosticism. So it's worth understanding and knowing, you know, where those things have their source. Or as the Mirror Translation puts it, their genesis, you know. So, hold on. Let me... Actually, I think it might be good if I read something from the Mirror Translation so you guys know what I'm talking about. I have it pulled up. At least I thought I did. Hold up. Let me minimize this. Let me get into... Here. Testing. Where is it? Where am I? Hold on. So I have some music in the background. Let's look. Where was I? I'm pretty sure. Here, let me open it. I could show you guys. I could do it on the computer view, but that would take a lot more things. All right, so Romans 3:23, for example, a lot of these false teachers have this thing in common where it's sort of universalist. So you have this idea that everyone is already saved and you don't need to do anything, which is not what the Bible says, right? Whether you agree with that or not, or don't agree with that, it's not what the Bible says, right? These people go into the Bible and they monkey with what the Bible says and they call it a translation. So that's one of the things that you really got to be looking out for. And this is, by the way, all this is related. Sorry, I didn't mention this. All this is related to someone at my church who's going through this. She's currently going through this where she was listening to a radio pastor, and the pastor was saying good things about the Mirror Translation, and the Mirror Translation is a very bad translation. Now, Romans 3:23, a lot of people know that one, which is, for all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God, right? Now, I forget what it is beforehand, what the other verse is, like Romans 3:22, but the verses I'm going to read is the Mirror Translation's version of Romans 3:22 and 23, okay? Here's what it says, and this is not what the Bible says. This is the Mirror Translation Bible. Jesus is what God believes about you. In him, he also puts a lot of exclamation points. I hate that. That's terrible. Anyway, Jesus is what God believes about you. In him, the righteousness of God is on display in such a way that everyone may be equally persuaded about what God believes about them. Regardless of who they are, there is no distinction. And this is the Romans 3:23 bit. Mankind is in the same boat. Their distorted behavior is proof of a lost blueprint. You're softening sin, man. Anytime you soften sin, right, kind of what I was talking about before, where someone who's depressed doesn't just need encouragement. What they need is legitimate support and truth and something to do, some way to attack it, right? So, some way to say, no, I'm not just going to be depressed, right? That there are things that I can be happy about and I can appreciate. Do I have a Bellsprout? It's a good question. Do I have Bellsprout? I do not have Bellsprout, so I'm going to get me a Bellsprout. Get this doofy looking goofy Pokemon. I'm going to get that Pokeball back. Don't look at me. Turn around. Come on. Turn around. Stop looking at me. There we go. Wow, that's not a critical. Dang it. Get over here. What's going on? I hate this. Okay. Now. Get caught. Bellsprout has never given me such a run for my money. Bellsprout's a freaking doofy man. Ooh, that's a Pidgeotto. And that's a... I wonder if I can get Pidgeotto. Let's try it, shall we? Let's get these guys in boxes. Let's take on the challenge of getting these Pokemon. Swift. Taylor Swift. Wasn't there a whole thing about Taylor Swift and there was like a controversy or something? I don't know. It's Taylor Swift. I don't know nothing about celebrities. Could you not be looking at me? I don't like that. Because I don't want to fight him. I want to sneak up on him. If I can sneak up on him, then that'll be... I can't sneak up on him. I ain't going to be up there. Because I think there's a... Along these lines, I think there's a Pidgeotto. I would like to get that if I could. Yeah, Pidgeotto! Or no, that's a Pidgeot. Can I get to Pidgeot? I don't think I can. I shouldn't be bothering with that right now. I should move on with the thing. With the thing. Do it with the side thing. Hold on. Mabel's research. I got Protect. He protect, but he also attack. Thunderfang. I'm gonna get that pretty soon. Okay, where do I need to be going? I went way off track. Okay. Wow. Whoa. All right. Right. So basically today I'm going to be talking to her and I'm going to be breaking down sort of the differences between the mirror translation and the the actual real Bible. So yeah. That's going to be fun. False teaching, man. False teaching is it'll get you, man. There's a lot of people who want to hear certain things, and if you tell them only what they want to hear, they're, oh, I'll get a Trubbish. Dang it. No, it's okay. Turn around. It's okay. I ain't doing nothing. Pokeball? What Pokeball? I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't even know what you're saying. I don't even know. I don't even care. I don't even care about you, Trubbish. I don't even care. You're looking at me like I'm gonna catch you or something. Like you want me to catch you. Like you're daring me. I don't even care. Right? You're doing a little dance, but I don't even really care. Is Trubbish supposed to be like a rabbit? I know he's supposed to be a trash can, but is he supposed to be like both trash can and rabbit? Maybe he is. Maybe that was the intention. I'm really trying to... Should I just try and go... Okay, he's just keeps looking at me, and I don't like it. I don't like Trubbish, man. Trubbish sucks. You know, no hatred to the Trubbish lovers. I'm not slandering... I am slandering Trubbish, but I'm not slandering the Trubbish lovers. If you love Trubbish, you know what? You love more things than I love, so that's... that makes you better. Okay, don't turn around. There we go. Got him. Nice. Alright. Get out of here. Get in the box. Alright. So, yeah. So, yeah, false teaching, man. Problem. It's an issue. Especially now, here's one thing about this woman, and I do kind of want to talk about this because this is something that I experienced personally, was when you are mourning, it is easy to be taken advantage of. I've been through some rough things in my life, and one of the things that happened to me was someone was trying to kind of sell me on something, sell me an idea. It was a weird religious thing, and it was probably not of God, and it was an issue, and she kind of tempted me a little bit, you know what I mean? I was like, oh, this is interesting. Tell me more. Huh, maybe God did send you, you know, like that kind of thing. And then, like, later on, because it was at work, I went to break, and I was like, wait a minute. I'm being tricked. I'm being taken advantage of because of my, you know, my state, my vulnerable state. I am vulnerable because I'm in mourning. And that's one of the things that you got to look out for. Don't use people's mourning as an excuse to, like, oh, they're mourning. Well, let me come in, swoop in. Don't be a dark, evil predator, right? Now, a lot of people say, well, if you tell people about Jesus who are mourning, you are ipso facto, you are manipulating them, right? You're manipulating them. But the thing is, the difference between manipulation and doing what's legitimately good for them, ooh, that is, what's going on here? Oh my gosh! Whoa! Wait a minute. I'm gonna go in here. Oh my goodness! Oh, ah, man. It rendered. Oh, I wanted to go in to see if it wouldn't render. Dang it. Yay. Shoulder. I just realized that's a shoulder. Oh, that was really cool. I should have gone in. Dang it. Anyway. So, right. She's going through mourning. She's a widow. And I think her husband was kind of like her spiritual leader. You know what I mean? And so now that he's not around, she's looking for some kind of guidance. She's looking for someone to help her. And I'm not her husband. I can't be the one to do that. And I'm not her family either. She does have a son, and he seems to be involved with her. But the fact that she was saying that the mirror translation was bad, and she was surprised by that. People can get taken advantage of when they're in mourning. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying before, which was the difference between whether or not you're taking advantage of someone is whether or not you're telling them the truth, right? And so that's why, you know, a lot of these conversations, the thing that you're personally going through is important. And the context of you learning something is important, 100%. But at the same time, truth is important. What is really accurate of the facts. It's not manipulation if you're giving them something that's actually going to help them and it's not lying to them, right? It is manipulation if you're knowingly lying or if it's false, right? I'd say even if it's false, you could argue that ooh, it rolls. I'd say if it's false, then that could be, that's going to harm them, right? But right. In all things, be honest, but also try and be right. trying to be correct. C.S. Lewis had this really good sort of rule of sort of illustration. C.S. Lewis was so good at illustrations. One of his illustrations was ooh, hold on. I don't want to. Don't mind me. I'm not here. Shh, 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 I'm not here. I'm not here. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. I'm not here. Don't look at me. 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 Ah, well, I wasn't around the back. But I got him. Nice. Did I have a Swirlix? I don't think I did. I'm getting a lot of Pokemon on the top of these. Nice. I'm getting a lot of fairies. How many fairies do I have? I have 1, 2, 3. Technically 4, but it's another kind, so it doesn't really count that much. Anyway. Let's go. But yeah. What was I saying? I was talking about false teaching. False teaching. Oh man, I can't get up here. I was dumb and bad. I think I need to be up here in order to get there. I forgot what I was saying. Ooh, Pidgeotto. Dang it. All right. Well. So Roar makes distance between the two, and I think that's probably, a lot of these have different abilities than what I normally know and understand them to be. No, what are you doing? What? I don't know. I legitimately don't know how to like make it so that it's, hold on. Catch. Nice. Got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Nice. Okay. Dude, I'm killing it. Heck yeah, man. Get in here. Do we even have a Pidgey? I don't even think I have a Pidgey. Dang. I just skipped right to Pidgeotto. No big deal. Whatever. It's fine. Is that a Wandery Beedrill? Nice. Okay. Now, see if I can get behind this Ralts. Ralts? More like salts. Anyway. Okay. Let's see if I can get behind him. Ooh, Spritzy. I should get that one too. Nice. Got Ralts. Speaking of fairies, I have a lot of fairies now. Get him. Nice. Did I get him? Dude, I'm freaking killing it, man. You seeing this? I'm catching Pokemon left and right. Look at this. Freaking Yas Queen. I'm not gay. Alright. Nice. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna regret saying that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do I have a whole 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no. No, I have 5. Because I have Swirlix. Hold on. Because right, I have Swirlix. I have Flabebe. I have Spritzy. And I have Ralts. Is the Ralts a male? No, it's female. So, oh, give me Spritzy. But then I have Cleffa. Yeah, I have Cleffa. A lot of these are like higher than my current level of things. Should I? No, I shouldn't go fairy, right? There's too many fairies in this game. I won't go fairy. Fire is harder to do, so we're gonna do a harder situation. My ears are hurting. Okay, so let's now. Sorry, I've been wandering around and talking about a lot of things. Let's get into. Oh, I should probably get my rewards. Thunderfang. And I think I got Fire. No. I didn't get Fire Fang yet. I'm pretty close though. Here. Get the burb. Quick attack. Beedrill. Nah, Beedrill. Not today, Satan. Okay, man, I keep getting distracted. Need to go north. Twu North. I'm not gonna get a haircut. Screw that. Ooh, I think this is that's a TM. Give me that. I love that TMs don't break. Anytime they make it so that TMs don't break, I am a huge fan. Scarlet and Violet did away with that, and I don't know. I wasn't a huge fan of that. All right, let's get this backpacker. So you're a detective, are you? I'm just standing in. Well, if Emma trusts you with my request, that's going to be enough for me. Because we have a situation. There's a menace on the loose in Lumios, and that menace is none other than a great big Bunnelby. It was massive, over twice the size of my own Bunnelby, and its eyes had this real evil glow. When that thing locked eyes with me, I bolted out of there before I had the chance to think. I've been places and I've seen things, but I've never been that scared in my life. And the worst part, it's where I saw the whole thing. I was in a plain old alleyway, not in just the wild zones. Yeah, I think this is gonna turn on like the alpha Pokemon. We might want to go for alpha Pokemon and use them if it's accessible. I'm not gonna go out of my way though. But of the Pokemon that I currently have, there are alpha Pokemon of all of them. So hold on. No. Let's go. Yeah. Big old Bunnelby. Bunnelby. All right. Because if Garbodor, no, you don't have enough Rabbit. I love themed Pokemon parties. That's my jam. That's my addiction. I have an addiction to themed Pokemon parties. It's a strange addiction. Not many people have it, but you know what? Addiction is a perversion of love. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just saying words. Alright. I'm going to finish the 3 things, and then I'll be out of here, I think. Because I am hungry. It is... Ooh, wait. Hey, Dedenne. Should I... It's 18. Ooh, nice. Got him. That's... You know what? With fairies, that is 6. I have a party of 6 fairies now. Man, you have access to a lot of those fairies pretty early on. Alright, Burb. Yeah, let's go. Well, you know, I was depressed at the beginning of the stream. Now, I think I feel a little bit better. I'm still a little bruised, you know, because of my repeated sin. You know what? The whole life of a Christian is dusting your knees off and trying again. We know we're never going to accomplish perfection on this earth, but the whole point is being in the practice of doing so and trying. Psalm, I forget which psalm it is. I think it's Psalm 51. Says, sacrifice and burnt offerings you did not desire. My sacrifice, Lord, is a broken and contrite heart. That heart, Lord, you will not despise. And so it's good to be a little broken before our Heavenly Father. I think it shows our sincerity. It shows that we want to do the right thing. And God sees that, and he recognizes that if it's genuine. There's a lot of ways in which it can be ungenuine. And people, scripture says, you know, the Jews, they in the wilderness, not just Jews generally. I got no problems with the Jews. But they, a lot of people have problems with the Jews nowadays. Anyway, sorry. Don't want to. Again, another can of worms. Not prepared to open right now. Yeah. You have normal. Give me the normal types. Oh, I suppose that could be poison too. Ooh, some good amount of poison types too. What I got? With bugs, yeah, I already have that one. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna go in here. All right, let's get this Bunnelby. Let's get this Bunnelby and let's crush a meal. I'm gonna eat some food. What is it, bud? Don't tell me it's here already. Bunnelby. What's up, Doc? He kind of looks like, yeah, just kind of like a dumber, it's huge and terrifying and awesome. This is the Bunnelby, no doubt about it. Bernard. Am I already in battle with it? Oh, I am. Am I in a position to be able to deal with this thing? Okay, yeah, I think it's okay. Get him. Okay, I'm gonna go to Tepig. I think, actually, at the end of this battle, I might be able to, evolve him. Get him. Alright. Earth Power's not going to affect you. Quick attack. Adjust your tackle, huh? Get him. Quick attack. Get it. Get him. Earth Power don't do nothing to him. Yeah, you don't affect it, do you? Get him. Yeah. Catch. Did I get him? Yes. All right. Nice. Oh, he didn't evolve yet. Oh, I have a little candy. I think I could probably get him to evolve. Long time ago in some region whose name I forgot. People used to live in ferocious. Oh, I forgot. I don't know, but it was really cool. That's like every person who's on a podcast. Like, oh, there's this one thing I knew about. I didn't do any research, but it says this. I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. Are you sure? Yeah, definitely. This isn't like a huge spreader of misinformation at all. This is like fine. So yeah, if you're gonna look for information, look it up, read it. Don't just take what it is. Yeah. So I'm gonna go to Emma, and she's gonna. Okay, so, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go boxes. Or not boxes. Go satchel. Give me the satchel. See what one does. One does not do it. Give me two. I think two might get him to evolve. Oh, it doesn't get him to evolve. Do I dare? Yeah, there we go. All right, I'll get him to evolve. And I'll do it with Litleo, so that way he's at 16. Oh, he's close to evolving too. Got the idea for a new move. No, not Health Feather. Let's also give experience candies. Let's get like 2. Let's do a little more. Yeah. Well, let's split it. I'll do that. You know what? No, I'll have him level up and have Litleo be the one that's in front. Oh, he can evolve too. Whoa, cool, awesome. Litleo can't though. Poor Litleo. You won't be in front though. Oh, hold on. Boxes. Let's get you in, and let's get these boys evolved. I'm gonna put this in box 8, so that way it's like my alpha Pokemon are separate, because they're so alpha, man. Alpha bros. Let's evolve into Fat Pigman. Let it evolve. We've earned it, we've earned it. Yay! Pignite, Pignite, Power Up Punch, Pignite. All right, now we evolve Birdman. Let it evolve. Bird boy, get going, get your thing. Nice. Fletchinder. Ooh, wing attack. Oh yeah, I gotta check their moves. Change moves. Oh, he gets Feather Dance. Wing attack, probably get that. Feather Dance. Is Feather Dance? Feather Dance lowers attack. So I'll do Feather Dance instead of Growl. Do Power Up Punch instead of Tackle. Use Cloakson's ink. Within the cloud, those within the cloud will be undetectable to wild Pokemon. I need to read the description of these. I have not read the descriptions at all of any of this stuff. I don't want to do. I want to do Roar here. Oh, probably work up actually. Well, is my special attack? My special attack is higher. Okay. So now we actually have a fire flying. Yeah, we got Pignite and we got Fletchinder. Unfortunately, Fletchinder is not going to be part of our final party. I kind of want all of my Pokemon to be able to Mega Evolve, which is also a not very wise thing because I should be using, you know, held items. Ooh, one more rock and I think he'll evolve. Or not evolve, but level up. Alright. I'm gonna go to Look a Bureau. We got the word bureau from the French. Ah, the French champagne. Known everywhere for its excellence. There is a California champagne by Paul Masson. You took care of every side mission? Wow, that's amazing. Thanks for your help. I forgot what voice I did for her. I knew you'd have no problem handling all those cases. We wrapped our discussion while you were on the job too. Is it a case? Well, so I'm looking for someone. Me? That's the reason I came to Lumios. That's what Emma is looking for me. I'll tell you all about it another time. So Emma, what do you think? Tobias has got real promise, right? Oh, Tobias got really promise. Yeah, you've scouted a gem of a trainer, Tawny. In fact, I may just ask him to help the next time a tricky side mission comes in. As thanks for your work today, I'll share some info with you about all Lumios trainers you should know. I'm assuming a trainer of your skill is already familiar with Pokemon evolution, right? Yeah, I know all about it. I just freaking evolved my boys. I evolved them. Of course I'm familiar. Well, some Pokemon can evolve when certain conditions are met, and by evolving, Pokemon can get even stronger. Here in Lumio City, there's an evolution that transcends all other evolution. It's called Mega Evolution. It'll probably be faster if you see it for yourself instead of having me explain it. Come join me out in front, won't you, Tobias? All right. Come on, let us follow Emma outside. All right, let's do this Mega Evolution. The theme is I'm a detective, and we're looking at Mega Evolution here. I'm going to do it for just the last minutes so my voice is clear. For some reason. You know, I saw you battle last night. No. You know, I saw you battle last night, but I like to judge your strength for myself. How about it? Will you battle me? I should have battled and not done it. But hey, I'll be able to use my new evolutions. Pokemon battles help you understand what kind of trainer your opponent is. If If you want to learn about Mega Evolution, then show me your true strength. I wonder what Emma's got in store for you. Alright. Let's bring this French thing round town true American. Let's show her how we do it down in Texas. Alright. Got Mareep. Mareep. More like Maweep. Maweepy boy. Oh, my guys are not fully healed. I'm paralyzed. Oh, I already won. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't need all my boys. The Mr. You that is stronger than I imagined. Ho ho ho. Alright. Thanks for the great battle. I can tell you're a type of trainer that I... Oh, no. I can tell you're a type of trainer I like. Oh my god, she's not French. Here, I'll heal your hardworking Pokemon. Like how they made her detective thing small so you could your eyes could wander. The Mareep I sent out in battle can evolve into a Pokemon called Flaffy, which can then evolve into Ampharos. Okay, Ampharos, you're up next. Come on out. Ampharos? Bro, I'm an Ampharos Chad. I love Ampharos. Ampharos is freaking awesome. With my Keystone and Ampharos' Megastone, we can Mega Evolve. You're not evolving. Ampharos is. It's Mega Evolution time. Waha! Alright. Get that Mega Evolution. Cherries on his tail. Or her tail. I don't know. Amp. Why is it P? It's like they don't make the noises. Mega Evolution surpasses the limits of evolution to power up Pokemon even further. Because when a Pokemon Mega evolves, its moves also get more powerful. That said, pushing the limits of evolution means a Pokemon can't stay Mega Evolve forever. See, we got to try and get good at using Mega Evolution too. Mega Evolution is amazing. Trademark. Seriously, I'm going to be the strongest Mega Evolution user around. Just watch. You know what, Tobias? I got a feeling that Mega Evolution will find its way into your life. Just like Hotel Z did. Anyway, thanks for coming by today, and thanks in advance for anything. This city is full of people in need, so just see someone in trouble and give them a hand, just like you did my clients earlier. I'd probably be saying I was all this wrong. Speaking of which, I could use your help too. If you see a black four-legged Pokemon around, be sure to let me know. I don't like the way she said black there. I think she's a little racist, just a little bit. Is this better? Or is this better? The other's better, probably. But I can't get farther away from the mic, it seems like. Get in touch anytime there is a movement in case, okay, Emma? There's a promotion match now. The next promotion match has been decided. You are face-to-face with Tranquil Y. The trainer who wins will be promoted to rank X. Lady. She's got a mole. No, she doesn't. That's my TV. My TV. I'm gonna be cleaning my room today, probably. You should head to the battle zone tonight and duke it out with some trainers. Good luck. I know you'll do great. After all, helping out those in need takes as much strength as it does kindness. See you around then. Bye. Alright. Am I free? I am free. Alright. Okay, so thanks for all of the vast amounts of people who watched the stream. Everyone watched it. Not one person didn't watch. Anyway, I am going to do some unscheduled streams that are me drawing. I have a D&D character that I want to draw. I might be starting doing that tomorrow. So if anyone's tuning in at all today, jump in on that stream. I'll be there on Twitch, and I'll post this VOD to YouTube. Thank you so much for whoever might watch this, and see ya. And